Hey guys, welcome back to Front Seat Driver. My name is Jason. Today I'm going to do a quick overview on my 2014 Lamborghini Gallardo LP 550-2. So we're back here in my garage. I actually filmed this video already once at the park, but it was extremely windy. So everything that I did was really muffled and you couldn't quite understand it. So I'm gonna refilm this. So this is my 2014 Lamborghini Gallardo LP 550-2. And the 550 is for 550 horsepower. The 2 is for two-wheel drive or rear wheel drive. And they do make a 560, I believe, or 570-4, which is all-wheel drive, but this is the two-wheel drive version. And this is the second gen Gallardo. The first gen, I believe, ran from 2004 to 2008, and then I believe it was 2009 they started the second gen. If I am incorrect on that, please let me know. Leave it down in the comments. I'd like to correct that down the road. One of the big differences between the 2000 and, one of the biggest differences between the first gen and second generation is the front lights. The first gen, they went back about to right here and came out, and I definitely like these headlamps much better. The front fascia is slightly different. And then the other big difference is the tail lights. These are the more Audi inspired tail lights as opposed to the square ones that were on the first generation Gallardo. One thing I really did like though on the first gen is it had some little vents right here on the back section that looked really cool. I did like that, but they have done away with that. Another thing that I really like about this one is it does have the clear glass, so as you can see the Lamborghini engine in the back. One thing that's cool that they've added recently is, I don't know if you can see inside there are now LED lights that illuminate inside for you to be able to see the engine, and there are little honeycomb vents right here to help it cool. I definitely think this is a really nice car. It's a little dirty. I'm about to wash it as soon as I finish filming this. We've had a lot of rain here, and you know, it doesn't make for being able to keep your car really clean. One thing that I am looking at switching down the road are the wheels. I like these. I think they're called Callisto or Calypso. I forget. I could re-look them up, but I don't remember quite exactly what it's called. But the funny thing about these is they're 19-inch. I assumed they're 19-inch front and back as opposed to 20 in the rear and 19 in the front. And these are also 295 in the rear, and like on my Corvette, they are 335 in the rear. So if I do end up switching these, I'm definitely going to put 20-inch instead of 19s. And instead of having Pirelli P0s, I'm probably going to go with the same tires I have on the Corvette, the Michelin Pilot Super Sports. I really like those tires. Unless somebody gives me a good reason why I need to stick with Pirelli, I probably would switch. Now, on this car, to get into the engine bay, you have to move your seat up. Squeak, squeak. And if you can see, there's a lever right here. I'm not sure how well that's gonna show up, but there's a lever right here. You pop that, and then you come around here to the back. It lifts right up. It's got a shock to keep it in place. You put your oil. It has your water right there. More ventilation here, and I think this is the coolest looking feature of the car, is being able to see the engine. You know, I just think that looks really cool. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, but I definitely like it, and especially with the LED around the glass. And then you close it back down, and it's shut. And this is an active aero spoiler. I don't know how much it really does for it. It doesn't lift up a lot, and I don't know what the miles per hour. I did see it pop up not long ago when I was on the freeway. Once I got on the freeway, it did rise up. So anyway, it was kind of cool, I guess. So let's take a quick look under the front hood. The trunk, or frunk, depending on how you want to call it. And you just reach down right here, there's a lever, pull that, and come out and around. There's a little latch, you just release it right there, just pull that up. But as you can see, there's not a lot of room. It actually has more space in it now than it did before. This is basically the size of a backpack, so you could fit, 3 or 4 backpacks in there. If you need to access the battery, you just turn these 2 little brackets right here, and this pops off, and the battery is accessible right there. However, if you do want to change your battery, and I found this out yesterday because I thought I had a dead battery, I took all this apart and realized the battery was brand new, so it did not need to be replaced. But to remove it, you take out, there's four bolts, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then what you do, once you release those, you can pull this whole section right here out. You can access the battery, pull it out. I'll throw a couple of the pictures that I took of that in here. Another thing that it does come with is this little divider, and it goes right in the center here, but honestly, it was more in the way. It kind of consumed the space. It didn't break it up well. So I pulled it out. I'm just going to keep it in my house until one day when I sell the car. Now, another really cool thing is it does come with a Lamborghini trickle charger. So I usually keep this on, plug it into the wall right here, and take the little extension here and put it right here in the 12 volt. Just slide it right in, and bam, you're set up with your trickle charger. So starting on the inside here, my favorite thing on this car, as far as the interior, that made a big difference on choosing one as well. I mean, I would have taken any one of them, but I really like the diamond stitch pattern that is in here. It's on the ceiling, kind of like in my Corvette, and the seats, on the door. I love the yellow stitching as well. The other Lamborghini that I looked at that was yellow also had the yellow stitching, but it had just a couple of lines to divide the seat sections in there, and I liked it. It wasn't that I didn't, but I definitely like the diamond stitch pattern that they took from Audi as well. So let's get in here, and the first thing you'll notice on the instrument cluster, let me close the door, maybe it'll add some shade, I don't know. The first thing you'll see is your thermostat, and it says Aqua. And then you have your RPM gauge, which says Geary. I don't know if you can see it because everything is in Italian. Kind of freaked me out the first time I drove this. I was trying to find the gas gauge, and I saw Benzina, and I did not know what Benzina meant. Thank goodness for the little gas station pump there that makes it relatively obvious. You have in the center here your oil pressure, your temperature, and your battery percentage. So I actually really like the Lamborghini's layout. I had hoped to get one that was all Alcantara interior. I couldn't find one, at least not at the price I wanted to spend, but I did really like this. This is an e-gear. It is not the 6-speed auto, or I'm sorry, 6-speed manual with the gated shifter. It is the e-gear, and it is very weird, in my opinion, learning to drive it. I did not like it at first. It was something that I had to get used to. Now that I've driven it, I like it better, but when I don't drive for a few days, it gets a little weird. So the more I drive it, the more used to it I get, the better I like it. And honestly, I do like it better than the Corvette as far as the driving experience. So it does have the navigation in it. I don't have it on right now. And the thing that's really weird to me, I guess I didn't own nice enough cars, back in 14 to have navigation, but what is weird to me is, I love the Lamborghini logo on there. There's actually a DVD for the navigation, and I've never seen that. None of the cars that I have now that have navigation have a DVD navigation. This thing doesn't even pick up the city I live in. It's kind of weird. It also has 2 ports for your SD cards to play music with. Obviously CD player. It has FM, AM, media. You can change some info on here, navigation, different things like that. It's kind of old school to me. I don't know, I like it. I'm used to it. But I will show you all these little gauges because I was curious what they were. I've seen them in other people's videos in their Lamborghinis, and I'm like, I love the way these little switches look. What are they? You have your window right here. The weirdest thing about the window, if you want to lower the window, you press up. If you want to raise it back up, you press down. Very strange. It took me a while to get used to that. And anyway, you have your lights right here. You have your hazards. Your traction control is, you can turn it off. So if this was all-wheel drive and we were going to do some donuts, we would press that button. You have your gas here to open the little gas door outside, and then your other passenger window. And of course, you have your heating and air conditioning. It is dual climate control. Thank goodness. My wife likes to bake. I don't. And then you have your heated seats. It doesn't have vented seats, which I kind of wish that it did, but it does not. So anyway, this is something that I find cool because whenever I would pull my truck into the garage, I always wished I could, you know, pull the mirrors closer. And you can do that with this. You take this little button right here and you turn it down, and they flip in. So I really like that. My favorite thing is the raising and lowering of the front end. The front end lift is humongous in my opinion. The Corvette does not have it. Man, I wish that it did. A couple of other things that it does have is it does have a cup holder, and I don't ever drink in my car, so it's not that big of a deal. It has another little plug for your radar detectors or whatever. And here is the glove box. Not very big. It does go back a little ways, but it is actually relatively small. I believe there's a port in there as well. And then you have, of course, the little side of the doors have a little bit of storage space. But the seats here I think are very comfortable. I like them quite a bit. The Corvette is very cushy when you sit in the seats. These are not. They're much harder, but they fit really snug. I just find them to be extra comfortable for longer trips. So anyway, just my feelings on it. I guess everybody's different. Some people like a soft bed, some people like a hard bed. One other thing you'll see, I don't know if you can see that little symbol, that's a 50. Because Lamborghini turned 50 in 2014, so they put the little 50 on all their cars. So that's about all I can think of to tell you at this current moment. I hope to learn a little bit more about this car as I continue to drive it, and I will make updates. And we're going to do a lot of videos. I'm waiting a good friend of mine who's been out of town, who had a relative pass away, Mike, with Brink of Speed. He and I are going to do some stuff together. He has a Porsche as well as his Z06. Hopefully we'll be able to do some more stuff, you know, coming up with him pretty soon. And then also my friend Ryan with Texas Horsepower. We're going to be doing some stuff with his Corvette, my Corvette, the Lambo, things like that. And I do have some other things that I'm looking to do this car. It'll be going away in mid-June for about a week to do some minor stuff, nothing major. But I'll have a video on you know, kind of what that was and the process. But anyway, I'm going to leave you with some footage of the car and some driving and things like that. Hope everybody enjoyed today's video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you know something that I forgot or that you think I should know about Lamborghini, or in particular the Gallardo, leave a comment down in the comment section. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great week. And if you're watching this after the new year, have a great new year. Thank you so much for watching.